and welcome to our live session. I will be your host for today. My name is Helen Samuel. With me, I have our head of education, market analyst, trade experts, and he has over 15 years of experience in this industry. He had trained and mentored professionals, amateur, and everyone you can actually think of. So right now today, he's going to be telling us how we can profit from the global financial markets. You're welcome, Mr. Sam Oladipo.
Thank you so much, Helen.
You're welcome. So before we dive into our conversation, question and answer for today, can you just tell us a brief about your experience on the global financial market?
Thanks so much, Helen. Like you rightly said, I have well over 15 years of experience in the global financial market. Over the years, I understand the market trends, the macroeconomic factors that impact prices, the political and social events around the world, the price fluctuation, and most of the asset classes and the monetary flow and distribution all around the market, and also importantly the major centers around the world, from New York to Tokyo, and where some of this volume of transactions are taking place on a daily basis.
Okay.
So that's been my experience and journey so far.
That's great. So, Sam, would you recommend people buying CFDs rather than buying stocks? Trading of CFDs rather than buying stocks?
Oh, that question is quite interesting. CFD itself basically is just what we call contract for difference.
Okay.
All right, now, and two different entities are taking advantage of price fluctuation. That's a price difference of an underlying asset.
Sure.
So, but for stock, you are looking at buying into company shares.
Sure.
All right, so you pay the actual value for it.
Okay.
But in the CFD market, you're not paying the actual value of that asset. You are only trading, the price difference.
Okay.
So, and in CFD, a huge advantage is it's called double side trading. You can make money on both sides, whether the asset is appreciating or depreciating, because it's all about agreements between two entities. Unlike stock, you have ownership of the stock. You can only wait till the price appreciates before you can earn. Right? And other things around CFD, since you're not buying the underlying asset, so you don't pay for any form of stamp duties or taxes.
Sure.
But for stock, you will do that.
Okay.
Then also for CFD, you can actually trade different asset classes, all right, just from a single account, single account with a broker. But for equities, stock, you have to have the account for this asset, all right, and the stock, this shares, another account for the other shares.
Okay.
So it has quite huge benefits.
Sure.
CFD has huge benefits over the stock market, as you're leveraging on price difference. So you don't have to pay, the amount of the worth or the value of that asset as you will do in equities.
Okay, that's great. That's a great one. So what are being traded on this financial market?
Wow, financial markets, we trade what we call financial instrument, right? Financial instruments they have some form of monetary value, and with financial instrument we can have money flow and distribution, right? People are only trying to take advantage of, price appreciation, depreciation, and appreciation of those assets. So I have an instrument, for example, I want the price to either appreciate or depreciate, so I can, gain some form of value around it. So it's the key thing. That's what every player in a global financial market, the economic institution, talk about the investors, the central banks, and speculators. That's all they're going for, financial instruments.
That's
great.
What's
being traded.
So
they are tradable items.
Oh, yeah, so, that's good. That's great. That's a great one. So what are those financial classes? What are the financial classes?
Well, talking about financial classes as instruments based on their classes, we can classify them majorly into four distinctions. We can look at the debt-based assets, where investors are loaning out money, expecting to get some interest. So it's debt-based. Then we have equity-based, where we're only buying into company, buying into ownership of a company via the shares and also that's equity-based. We also talk about the cash instruments. Cash instruments are the real deposit, the real money that flows around. So it's a form of financial instrument. Then lastly, the CFO we mentioned, which are derivatives, all right? Derivatives, from the word derivatives, they derive the value from underlying assets. So you do not own that asset, but you are only taking advantage. It's a contract, all right? Taking advantage of the price fluctuation in this asset. So, and interestingly, one thing about derivatives is it could be applied to different assets too. You could trade derivatives on the foreign exchange, you could trade derivatives on commodities, even on indices on the stock market. So it's a wide range of portfolio, right? So that's
great. So right now, we know that the world is actually tilting towards technology, not even actually tilting, it's in technology now. So how can people trade with focus on technology? How can they do that?
Well, trading, practically, you will have to, have an account with a broker, all right?
Okay.
You'll be able to access, all right, access the technology, all right? You see the chart. You have the tools, have access to the tools. You understand the confluence price action, all right? You have a trading strategy, right? Then you have indicators, being able to understand current market trends to project the future of price. And remember, I told you that trading, basically you're trying to take advantage of price fluctuation.
Yeah.
So when you have the technology, like any broker would offer you, you can see the chart.
Okay.
You see the chart, you see price behavior over time and project where price can be going so they can be well positioned. So you set your entry point, your exit point, and you have a good setup. What I mean by good setup is a trading strategy, when to enter, when to exit profitably. So these are how you can actually use technology to profit from the global financial market.
Wow, that's great. So the whole global financial markets and technology thing. Now, how can they profit from using Tradelandfx? The investors and traders, of course, what do they get out of using Tradelandfx as their broker?
Wow, Tradelandfx offers you, quite, benefit, a whole lot of benefits.
Okay.
You can think about spread, the cost of transaction, very minimal, right? And fast execution, all right? So these are just some of the benefits from Tradelandfx. You get to enjoy them as your broker. I've been trading Tradelandfx, and a whole lot of people have just been on this platform and been able to access the varieties of instruments, all right? Over 200 trading instruments, and all the tools available. Least to mention the education they offer you, and so many benefits.
That's fine. So with all of this is really juicy and good, but then there is this thing that people still have in mind. I feel like it's a stigma that people still kind of like don't want to move out from. When you talk about FX, the whole Forex thing, people are like, it's scam, I don't want to go into it. What are your thoughts and takes on that?
Well, FX is just simply exchanging one asset for another.
Okay.
Right? It's purely a business. It's just for you to understand what it is.
Yeah,
all right?
sure.
Understand how to trade, currencies as assets. They're just like any other assets. A businessman would want to buy an asset when the price is low,
True.
to sell when the price is high. So it's just basic ABC of business. So it's not a scam. It's purely a business. Why people have issues with it? Because they don't understand what it is. Like I mentioned earlier, you understand the trend. You take advantage of the tools, the risk management tools to maximize your profits, minimize your losses. Just understand the chart, understand the business. So it's purely a business, it's no scam.
So that's great. Talking about the dollar today, we know the dollar had been very volatile and the Nigerian currency had, of course, been crumbling. So what do you think? How do you feel people can actually take advantage of this market volatility?
Well, currencies, whatever it is, whether it's the American dollar or Naira or any kind of currency, can be viewed as an asset.
Okay.
Right? An asset can either appreciate or depreciate in value.
Yes.
So what you're looking to gain is when it appreciates, when you have possession of that asset, you appreciate, you earn some value, you appreciate, you sell it off to acquire the one that is strengthening. So when it strengthens, you buy, When it weakens, you sell it off.
Okay.
All right, and volatility can really be a positive thing because you're looking at how price has moved or fluctuated over a period of time.
Okay.
So fluctuation and time, and it's a good thing. It's a positive, all right? So it's just for you to buy the stronger one, sell off the weaker currency.
Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. So, what does Tradelandfx offers? What are the futures of Tradelandfx? What do they offer?
Well, Tradelandfx has a whole lot of beautiful features. If you want to come in and trade yourself, we have the option of trading yourself, manual trading. And if you want you don't know how to trade, or you want to learn, and while you're learning, you want to earn, you can leverage on copy trading, where the experts can actually trade for you. And you don't have to do anything. It's what we call hands-free. So completely hands-free. Just for you to apply to follow an expert trader. So you have the option of copy trading. And they offer education. Education is it's free, all right? You can come in, they'll take you through the tools, the technology, understand the trends, all right? Begin to take profitable trades, all right? And we also have the affiliate programs, where we call the high introducing broker, where you can earn rebates in a form of commission from introducing people around. So it's a whole lot of feature, all packaged for the client. So it's client-based, it's client-centric,
Very client-centric, I like that word. And this sounds really juicy and really interesting, which I feel people would want to take advantage of it. But then, why do you think Africans should take advantage of the global financial markets now?
Well, currently, issues of borrowing and, amassing debt and all that can actually be a thing of the past, because in the global financial market, it's money flow. Now, we are talking about, last BIS report stated that over 6.6 trillion has been traded, daily volume, in the FX and OTC derivatives market. So this is huge, all right? We can begin to take advantage of it, all right, for our development project. So there's a whole lot of money flowing in the global financial market. So Africans can begin to look at this, as a better option as to borrowing, which is better for them.
Wow, that's great. Thank you very much, Sam Oladipo. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, of course, you can leave it down on the comment section below. And thank you very much for having us on our live. Please do well to join back next time. I still remain your host, Helen Samuel. And
I'm Sam Oladipo. Thank you.
Thank you very much.